U.S. title's on the line. I think Owens is going to retain it, I'll say. I assume that the whole goal of the Owens-Jericho angle was for Jericho to put over Owens in the end. I don't know if Jericho's officially going to be leaving for a little while again soon. I know he's got a tour coming up with his band Fozzy. But either way, I'm going to say Owens wins this match and retains the title.
There's no reason for this match. Zero reason whatsoever.
Captain Positivity has joined us.
Listen, you have Kevin Owens dismantle Jericho and beat him at the blow-off of WrestleMania, and then you put Owens in a feud on SmackDown with AJ Styles and Baron Corbin and all this stuff, and there's just very blurry lines here. I don't think you need this match. I think Owens should get a win, and I think it should be pretty convincingly dominating. Dominatingly convincing? How would I say that? Pretty
convincingly dominating.
That still sounds bad, right? I think it's just a poor choice on my part. Kevin Owens wins this match, and then Chris Jericho goes on tour with Fozzy. Foz. Got the Foz. Let's go. Where do you want to go next? Let's go Neville.
Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Championship.
I love both of these guys. I think Aries' time to win it is now. Everybody thought a lot of people thought he was going to win at WrestleMania, but if he doesn't win it here, when is he going to win it? I think it's time to get the belt off of Neville. Not because he's not doing a good job with it, but just because they could have they can continue this feud a little bit longer with Aries as champ.
Yeah, I think that's similar to my thoughts on it. I generally, I would think it'd be nice for Neville to keep it because he's having a nice run with it.
Very true.
But yeah, like Aries seems like his top contender, and I don't know that they have anybody else that could really, like beyond. I don't think anybody else is better than Aries right now to challenge him. So if you haven't beat Aries again, then I feel like he doesn't have any viable challengers right away.
Right, and you kind of bury Aries' big comeback too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that Aries will win as well and win the Cruiserweight Championship.
Okay, so they agree on that one. Let's go to Samoa. No, yeah,
Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one, I think, because I don't know that either guy should be taking a loss here.
It's like you're in my brain, man.
It's interesting.
Damn it.
I guess the other interesting part of it is they were going to do this match in February at the Fastlane show, and then Rollins ended up hurting his knee and he couldn't wrestle. I don't know what they would have done in that match either because it was leading into Rollins' match against Triple H at WrestleMania, so I don't know how they would have booked that.
I hope Stephanie comes back.
No.
Kidding.
Kidding. No. I don't know. I guess I don't know who they're going to – if I'm predicting, I don't know what they're going to do. If it was me, I think that you can have – it would be better for Rollins to absorb a loss here than for Joe in like his first significant pay-per-view match because he didn't wrestle at WrestleMania, and then the Fastlane match was postponed. Yes. He did fight Sami Zayn, which I know he did win that at Fastlane instead, but this is a major feud for him. I think a guy at Rollins was just in like one of the main events at WrestleMania. So I think that what makes the most sense is for Joe to win or at least not lose this match. And then these guys should hopefully maybe wrestle again the next month, and then maybe eventually Rollins beats him at the end. But I think it makes more sense for Joe to get the win early.
I agree with you completely. The Joe and Sami Zayn match, excuse me, it's my first day. The Joe and Sami Zayn match wasn't even really that good, which was surprising. It was because Sami wasn't allowed to get a lot of offense in. I don't think he really should have because you were solidifying Joe as a badass. And I think as to all your points, you don't want him to take a loss right now, and you're going to build him up as the next title contender. Well, maybe the next title contender. Who really knows what's going on with Brock Lesnar? But I think Samoa Joe's got to keep the win streak going here. So,
all right. So let's go to.
I don't even know where. Oh, Hardys.
Oh, sure. Let's go to that. Yeah. The Hardys versus Cesaro and Sheamus.
The Hardy Boys.
Excuse me.
Boys.
So I don't know what they're setting up with this match. They had 2 singles matches the last 2 weeks on Raw. I believe it was Jeff Hardy beat Cesaro, and then Matt Hardy beat Sheamus last week. And then after it, they kind of teased that maybe Cesaro and Sheamus would attack them or were angry, but they ended up just shaking hands afterwards. So it was a little tenuous. So I don't know if they're building to something here, like they'll turn or what have you. But I don't know. To me, I don't know that I wouldn't take the championships off of the Hardys if they just won it at WrestleMania. They still have some decent momentum from when they came back, even though they're not doing the broken gimmick like we've talked about before. But I still wouldn't have them lose it this quickly. If ultimately you're going to turn Cesaro and Sheamus and then maybe something with that, I don't know that I would do it right away. But I don't know. I'm just going to say the Hardy Boys will retain the tag titles. See,
this is a tough spot because they, like you said, they both lost individual matches. So for both Cesaro and Sheamus to lose in consecutive weeks and then lose the tag team title match, you're neutering both of those guys. And I don't think you want to do that right now because you don't have any other face tag teams. And as far as turning them heel, I mean, they were just healed 3 months ago. This is a fresh kind of face gimmick, and they're over. I think it works. It works pretty well. Sheamus is kind of that teetering the line heel face, and Cesaro is the big baby face. And I don't know. I think you have to put the tag team titles on them. I don't agree with taking them off the Hardys unless this will lead to Matt flipping out and breaking the both of them, which who knows what Anthem is doing with the lawsuit right now. But I'm going to say, only because I don't see them taking consecutive singles losses and then losing, I'm going to say Cesaro and Sheamus win the title.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Actually, nothing makes sense in this so far.
Well, the
reasoning makes sense, yeah.
So then Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt in this mysterious House of Horrors match, which is now, I don't know if it ever was officially, but it is not for the WWE Championship. So I think that at least adds a little bit of intrigue into who might win, because if it was for the title, I wouldn't give Bray any chance at winning the match because it just wouldn't make any sense. So I don't know what this match is. Nobody seems to know the specifics. I'm shooting.
I love the direct, honest approach.
I'm shooting.
I don't know what the hell's going to happen in this match.
I don't know what the match is. There's something I read where they said that the match may start. It's supposed to start in the House of Horrors, whatever the hell that is, and then end up in the arena in the ring. So I don't know.
Is it a boiler room brawl?
I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there. So I just assumed Orton would win because he's the champion and he beat Bray at WrestleMania and he's just going to keep the title and go. But now that the title's not involved and it's this mysterious House of Horrors match, I don't know what to make of it personally, because I feel like in a sense it's non-title, and not that I know I'm never an advocate of the champions losing, but since it's non-title and Bray is changing brands and he's coming over to Raw and he's going to need fresh feuds there. He's kind of starting something up with Finn Balor or whatever it is. He came out at the end of Raw, right? And they kind of put him over pretty strong this week. And none of that made any sense to me. But he beat up, was it Ambrose and Jericho, right, with Miz? And then he ended up beating Miz. So they kind of put him over pretty good at the end of the show. So I don't know. I'm going to say Bray Wyatt wins since it's non-title. And I'll just go out on a limb and go with that. It's probably wrong, but whatever.
I understand nothing. So let me get this straight. If Bray Wyatt wins, you have Randy Orton, the champion of SmackDown, lose on a Raw show and then carry a loss onto SmackDown. Wrong. If Bray Wyatt loses, this will be, how many losses in a row has Bray Wyatt suffered? Because this will be...
Well, I know he won at Elimination Chamber and then the next SmackDown after. And that's the last two times I remember him winning anything. So.
But doesn't he have all these gimmick matches where he loses them? That's kind of his shtick?
There was that one match where a TV exploded or something in Dean Ambrose's face, or like a cable wire. I remember that happened a couple years ago.
You can't have Bray Wyatt lose this match.
There was a silhouette of somebody and a child, right? Didn't that happen too?
He's got the whole world in his hands.
Something,
yeah.
Just Dean Ambrose being Dean Ambrose, I guess.
Listen, you can't have Bray Wyatt lose, and you can't have Randy Orton lose. You booked yourself into the proverbial corner. Maybe that's where this match is going to start, in the booked corner. Because there's nothing that you need. This match, believe it or not, I've never said this before, needs a non-finish. I need the entire ring to burn down or something and nobody loses this match, because you can't have Randy Orton carry the title into a brand after he lost on the other brand's pay-per-view. It makes him look like a little bit of a pansy. You can't have Bray Wyatt, who comes out. Randy Orton set his sister's grave on fire, for God's sake. You can't have him then book him into a House of Horrors match and have him lose it.
They should book him in prison. They should do.
That's arson. That's arson and defiling the grave of a loved one. Section 9, Article 3 of the Constitution.
What about this? What if they did this?
There we go.
What if...
I literally cannot wait for this. What do you got for me?
What if they, so WrestleMania, they had all the projected images.
Yep.
On the ring, right, with the maggots and the worms and all that type of stuff.
Cockroaches.
What if the boogeyman came back with worms in his mouth and helped Bray Wyatt somehow. And that's all I got. That's the end of my head.
So the boogeyman
Just because of worms, there's a connection with the
hits
worms.
the clock on the face.
Yeah. Hits the Flavor Flav.
Wow. Who the hell besides me and you is going to get the Flavor Flav reference?
Go watch Rock and Jock Softball. Okay, anybody out there?
Oh, I love Rock and Jock Softball.
Yeah.
And I watch Flavor of Love for no reason. I don't know what to do. Is Crazy Steve going to come out? Is he going to cost Randy Orton? I have no idea what they're going to do in this match, which I guess is kind of cool, but I kind of hate it because Bray Wyatt is he's on every show. He's taking losses left and right. He's beating up faces. He's beating up heels. I'm going to say Bray Wyatt wins this match.
Okay. All right. And that leaves us.
Oh, Christ.
With the returning, wow, that's all right. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. So everyone knows the deal with this. Braun Strowman.
Wait, what's the deal? I didn't see it 13 times on Raw.
Yeah. So Braun Strowman attacked Roman Reigns. They had that crazy beatdown a couple weeks ago with the ambulance and all that stuff, and then Braun, of course, then logic would then dictate with the booking that he would lose a match to Kalisto the following week, and he fought him in a dumpster match because he had tossed him in a dumpster before. Of course, he lost because the new rules of the dumpster match mean you have to just be in the dumpster. Doesn't have to close the lid.
It's like a casket match. You don't have to close the lid anymore?
Yeah. I mean, you got to close the lid on a dumpster. Does anybody at home have a garbage pail that has the lids open all the time? The garbage is not in the garbage pail until the lid's closed. That's all I'm saying. That's
true. When I throw out Chance and Hunter's poop, I have to close the lid.
Yeah.
Because if not, it smells like poop.
It does.
It does.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what smells like poop? This show. There you go.
Our podcast or Payback?
Oh, no, Payback.
Okay,
no,
right.
This is the best podcast we've done in a while.
I just want to clear that up, everybody. So, yeah, no, so that's the deal. So Roman Reigns, and they used it, and I'm only going to mention it because they used it on Raw on Monday, but they mentioned that Roman Reigns' older brother, who used to be Rosie from 3 Minute Warning, passed away in like some, I don't know, whatever it was, extended tweet or limerick that he wrote. So a limerick, it's a type of poem, I think.
Oh, I thought it was a donut.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know what they make at Dunkin' Donuts these days, so it could be. But anyway, so I don't know. I was always assuming that Strowman would win because he's supposedly being groomed as a challenger for Brock Lesnar. And especially since he lost on Monday in a dumpster match, I feel like he needs to win. But certainly the story of Roman Reigns coming back from injury and overcoming is possible. But I'm going to say that Strowman wins, that Reigns is too banged up to overcome Strowman. Reigns did beat him at Fastlane. They had a good match at that show, I think. I'm going to say Strowman will get the win here. Reigns too injured to overcome the Monster of Men or whatever the hell his name is.
Monster of Men? I thought that was Missy Hyatt.
Yeah, you're right. It's a gimmick infringement.
Yeah. I don't really know. This makes no sense. You're going to have Braun Strowman losing the dumpster match and then going into the pay-per-view just to beat down Kalisto. He'd have to lose the dumpster match to beat down Kalisto. We could have done it anyway.
Yep.
You have Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar cut a promo on Roman Reigns. Then Braun Strowman comes out. Then he bails against. Nothing is making sense on Raw, and this is really, really convoluted. I think if they're putting the rocket on the hiney of Roman Reigns, they're going to push it to the moon.
There's 90 seconds left in our show, by the way.
Oh, look at that. Thank you, Emma Watson from London. I don't know how many seconds left in our own damn show. I'm going to say they are really shoving this Roman Reigns down our throats, so Roman Reigns can get the win.
All right. And that is WWE Payback. So that, I believe, since we have less than 90 seconds left.
They should pay us back for watching this.
Yeah, they should. That's going to, payback for me being a terrible human being for less. They make me
Consider
watch.
it.
Seconds left in the show.
60 seconds
so
left.
That's it, man. So it's Keith Lee.
Keith Lee was awesome. I can't say enough. We appreciate him taking the time. Listen, follow us on Instagram, at Twitter, at AllNightLongWP, Facebook.com/AllNightLongWP, BlogTalkRadio.com/AllNightLongWP. Whew, so many things. That's it, man. That's all we got. We're going to go watch the Rangers dominate the playoffs tonight, and we're going to watch NFL Draft.
Let's do it.
So he's the Stallion. I'm the Enforcer. For us, Damage 365 Radio and the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast, we are tapping out.